WCBI News at 6 starts now.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of southern Lee County. The Sheriff's Department there is investigating a shooting that has sent one man to the hospital. Our Quentin Smith is standing by live with the very latest. Quentin.
Yes, Scott, at this time, there are more questions than answers regarding this shooting. But here's what we do know so far. According to Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson, he says one person was shot near Shannon earlier today. That victim then tried to drive himself to the hospital, but then stopped on Highway 245. That's where he flagged down an off-duty deputy. That off-duty deputy then transported the victim to North Mississippi Medical Center here in Tupelo, where the victim went into surgery. At this time, Sheriff Johnson says they're looking for a white Crown Vic. Now, the victim's vehicle was towed here to the Lee County Sheriff's Department, and Johnson says it does have gunshot damage. Now, I asked Johnson what may have caused or led up to the shooting taking place. He said the victim was talking to two people in the road, and then the shooting took place, and at this time, that is all they know. Now, the victim is still undergoing surgery in the hospital. If you have any information on this shooting, you're asked to contact the Lee County Sheriff's Department. We're going to continue to follow this developing story and bring you the latest details as they become available. But for now, reporting live in Lee County, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Quentin. The Itawamba County Sheriff's Department is asking for your help to nab a domestic violence suspect. 47-year-old Travis Wade Burns is wanted for felony aggravated assault domestic violence. According to investigators, Burns could be in the Fairview or Red Bay, Alabama areas. If you know anything related to this case, you're asked to call the Itawamba County Sheriff's Department. That number, 662-862-3401. West Point selectmen are trying to save a few trees and maybe a few dollars too. At a recent board meeting, Ward 3 selectman Ken Poole made known his issues with the mounds of paper surrounding his fellow selectmen. Today, the board discussed the possibility of getting laptops or tablets to use for city business. Although some cite transparency of information, cutting back paper use seems to be the common thread among city leaders.
Some selectmen are wanting us to look into digital applications on trying to control the amount of paperwork that they use. So we're going to look at what options are available to keep down some of the paperwork.
According to City Administrative Officer Randy Jones, it would cost around $6,000 to equip the 5 selectmen. A West Point pastor will take over as interim city clerk starting next week. At today's meeting, West Point selectmen approved a $40,000 salary for Eddie Longstreet. Longstreet is the longtime pastor at St. Paul Missionary Baptist. He's a business administration, banking, and finance graduate of Mississippi State. Longstreet also holds a master's degree in theology. He replaces Dolores Doss, who retires at the end of this week. West Point's new police chief took a little time to talk about his first 3 months leading the department. Avery Cook took over the top slot October 3rd of this year, but he's no stranger to West Point PD. The chief has been in law enforcement for 18 years, even serving as West Point's assistant police chief until 2013. Cook is looking forward to building new relationships in the community in the coming year.
We want to continue to build that relationship up with the community. We want to do more things in the community, get our officers involved in the community, and get the community involved with the police department.
Chief Cook also says he's developed a good working relationship with the mayor and board of selectmen. Time now to get a first look at our forecast with meteorologist Amanda Reynolds. Good evening, Amanda.
Good evening there, Scott. As we went through this afternoon, we saw more and more clouds build in from the southwest. It's kept us pretty cool right now. 44 degrees here in Columbus, 45 in Starkville and West Point. Tupelo a little bit cooler, 42 degrees. But I mentioned those clouds building in from the southwest. This is from earlier this afternoon as those clouds built in. We're going to continue to see those clouds through this evening. We could even see a few rain showers building from the southwest as well. Over the next few hours, we'll drop down into the 40s and then eventually back down into the mid-30s. Now, as we get closer to midnight, we will have the chance for more of those showers to develop, especially south of US 82 in areas that drop below freezing and still see those showers. Could see the possibility of some light wintry mix. What impacts that might have on your morning commute coming up in just a few minutes.
The holiday season doesn't end with Christmas Day. Retail stores are preparing for round 2 of the Christmas season, the gift returns. Parker King speaks with store managers. He joins us live from Belk with more.
Guys, it's been a non-stop flow in and out of people coming in Belk specifically. We actually came here earlier in the morning to avoid those crowds, but there were still people coming in and coming out, exchanging and returning gifts they received the Christmas holiday. And it's still they're gonna exchange these gifts in exchange for something more them.
We're going to be seeing lots of people come in, like you said, returning items, making exchanges.
Shoppers waste no time in returning gifts that were not their style. Local retail stores capitalize on this part of the season.
This time of the year, people returning gifts is an opportunity for us to sell them something, and for them, if they did not like the gift that they had, we could actually sell them something to replace that gift with that they didn't like.
WCBI went to Belk and Columbus before 10 o'clock, and even though people were already shopping and returning, it's only the calm before the storm.
The evening shift is like after 10 is when we really start seeing a little bit more influx of customers coming in to shop with us, exchange with us, or return with us.
We're going to be seeing a lot more traffic for sure.
Along with the normal everyday items, stores like Belk try to clear everything seasonal before the new year.
Any coats, any type of holiday gift items, anything that is Christmas theme, holiday themes, that is the merchandise that is at a low price at this point in time.
We definitely want to make sure that we have everything out on the floor. None of our merchandise is in the stock rooms. We have everything in the drawers, and we're prepared to sell everything we have.
And even if you're not that person that returns and exchanges gifts, there are still some pretty good after Christmas shopping deals that are going on right now at Belk and other stores across the area. Live in Columbus, Parker King, WCBI News.
With net neutrality no longer in existence, questions are circling around Jackson if the state will pursue an internet tax. Local representatives tell WCBI the 3 main things the legislature will focus on are education, redrawing Medicaid plans, and a long-term plan to repair bridges. An internet tax, as well as other tax increases, is currently not on the table.
There's been an awful lot of people that would like to see us raise taxes, gasoline tax for roads and bridges. It's just not going to happen. There is no talk of doing a state internet tax.
The legislative session begins in Jackson next week. It was a busy travel weekend not only for Mississippi families but also for highway patrol officers. During the 2017 holiday travel period, MHP issued over 4,000 citations. 61 of those were DUI arrests. There were 157 crashes investigated with 40 injuries. Fortunately, no fatalities were reported. MHP says a high visibility of state troopers and responsible driving from motorists kept the roads safe. The travel period began Friday at 6 and ended Monday at midnight. The giving season isn't over just yet. Several area residents were in Columbus today to give a very special gift. We explain after the break. Welcome back, everyone. Christmas may be over, but area residents are still in a giving mood. Lee Mall was busy earlier today, but it wasn't just gift cards and returns. Dozens turned out to give the gift of life. The mall teamed up with United Blood Services to host a holiday blood drive. The need is great this time of year due to accidents and illnesses, and donations are often down. So UBS is going to the people. Donors also didn't leave empty-handed. They received t-shirts and they got a chance to enter a daily drawing for a $500 Amazon gift card. There is life after the living room for Christmas trees in the Tupelo area. The city is once again hosting its annual tree recycling program where undecorated trees can be disposed of quickly. Sites are located on Commerce Street near the leaf pile, the east side of Ballard Park, Hancock Park, Theron Nichols Park, and the dog park on Veterans. The trees will be used for a variety of things such as mulch and to build habitats for fish in city lakes. If you'd like to spend a little more time with the trees and maybe shed a few holiday pounds in the process, Tishomingo County may be the place to go. Starting January 1st, the Mississippi Department of Wildlife, Fisheries and Parks is sponsoring the annual First Hike. Tishomingo State Park is the closest one in our area, hosting the 1 to 2 mile hike. Hikers will follow the outcropping trail, and park staff members will lead the hike, slated to start at 10 a.m. For more information, you can call the park. That number 438-6914. And several area state parks will be taking part in the first hike.
Well, as we go into tomorrow, the clouds not going to be going anywhere. Will stay mostly cloudy. Will also be a little bit chillier, only going to make it into the low 40s. But what can we expect as we go into the new year? Details on that right after the break.
First Alert Forecast with meteorologist Amanda Reynolds.
Well, as the afternoon went on, we saw more and more clouds build into the region. Right now, we're mostly cloudy here as we look over downtown Tupelo, 42 degrees. Tupelo, a little bit one of the cooler areas throughout this afternoon. They only made it to 44. Most of us made it into the mid and upper 40s, but we do have that northerly wind, and that's going to help filter some cooler air as we go into the overnight hours. But notice we also have these clouds that built in from the southwest. Now, that southwesterly flow is what's going to bring not only the clouds through this afternoon and into this evening, but also the chance for some rain. This is a current radar view. You notice all of the rain just to our south of US 82. That's going to continue to build northward over the next several hours. So looking at our evening planner as we go through the rest of tonight, areas further to the south may see some showers build in as early as maybe 8-9 o'clock, but here in the Golden Triangle area, probably going to hold off till we get probably closer to midnight. But all of us will continue to see those temperatures drop from 40s down into the low 30s. Overnight tonight, the low going to be right around that 30-degree mark. So while most of us will see just the clouds and rain, areas that drop below that freezing mark, along with seeing some of those showers, could see some ice. Now, here's a look at Futurecast. Now, the green, that's areas that we're expecting the rain. And then the blue here, it's not any sort of precipitation. That is essentially the freezing mark. So areas shaded in this blue color are where we're expecting to see those freezing conditions. Now, notice the rain kind of sinks to the south while the cooler air also sinks to the south. So right along this line where these two meet, that's the areas that we could see some of that frozen precipitation, but I'm really not expecting any sort of widespread freezing rain event. We're really going to be missing one key aspect of that. We'll see the moisture for that precipitation. That, no doubt, some areas will see that rain, and temperatures in the air are going to be below that freezing mark. So those are two criteria to see the possibility of wintry mix. Now, what we're going to be missing for any sort of accumulation or for it to hang around at all is those ground temperatures. They're not going to be below that 32-degree mark. The ground takes a lot more time to cool down. So as we go into the next several hours, that's going to remain above freezing, so any freezing rain that does fall is going to likely melt on contact. Now, tomorrow we're going to start out around that freezing mark, but we will continue to be mostly cloudy. We may see a few of those clouds clear out as we go into the afternoon, but we're really not going to warm up too significantly, only going to make it into the low 40s. And over the next several days, we're going to remain cool, really not expecting to see too much in the way of rain chances over the next 7 days, other than a chance for a few breeze showers overnight tonight. But as we go into 2018, we are absolutely going to see a little bit of an Arctic chill. So notice here we are here in Columbus. We're just going to stay right on that southern edge of that Arctic air, so we're going to remain a little bit cooler than normal over the next several days. But once we get to the 31st, so New Year's Eve, that's when that cooler air really going to start to push in. We could absolutely see temperatures and highs struggling to make it over that freezing mark. So we'll stay in the 40s for the next few days, but as we go into the weekend and into 2018, we will definitely see our next shot at some Arctic air.
Tupelo and Starkville in action at Slam Dunk at the Hump Tournament. Highlights are next in sports.
WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Jackson native and Ole Miss Rebel Breland Speaks will look to add his name to the long list of Mississippians to play football on Sundays. Speaks will forego his senior season and enter the 2018 NFL Draft. The junior smashed career highs up and down the stat total this year, totaling 67 tackles, 7 sacks, along with a fumble recovery that came with a famous wave during the Egg Bowl. The Bulldogs return to the practice field in Jacksonville today, preparing for Saturday's bowl game against the Louisville Cardinals. Not many freshmen get the opportunity to start their first career game in a bowl game, but the future is now for Keaton Thompson. Greg Knox says the freshman has hit the ground running since being thrust into the starting role.
As you watch him perform in practice, he's getting better and better. And that's coming with the more amount of reps he's getting every day. So, he's getting a full load. There's no Nick Fitzgerald right now. So he's getting a full load of it. And as you watch him develop, he's getting better and better every day.
I'm very confident, with all the extra reps and, knowing that I'll be playing and starting in a bowl game. And, I just want to come out, execute at a high level. My coaches and teammates have all the confidence in me, and that helps a lot.
Mississippi State's Victoria Vivians takes home yet another SEC Player of the Week award. The Queen won MVP of the Duel in the Desert tournament, averaging 24 points, 7 boards against UNLV and then ranked Syracuse. A Mississippi State Bulldog has now been recognized as Player of the Week in the SEC 4 out of the first 7 weeks of the 2017 season. Let's go over to Starkville. Tupelo boys facing Durant in the Travis Outlaw Slam Dunk at the Hump. Tupelo big early. Taj Crump inside. Nice jumper to go. Golden Wave up by 16 here. Later on for Tupelo. Good ball movement from the Wavers. That's a beautiful pass inside to Crump. Grown man finish there for 2. Tupelo rolling still in the first. Caldre Hampton's going to find Javen Humphrey. Another nice dime. Pull up mid-range J. There's a friendly shooter's bounce there for the bucket in second quarter. Tupelo up 10. Chris Gilliam drives, finish. That's good. Tupelo cruises over Durant, 69-39. And to the girls, the Lady Yellow Jackets facing Center Hill in Starkville. Early on for Starkville, Jeria Covington. She's going to miss the triple, but Jaleesa Outlaw right there for the putback. Good right place at the right time. Jackets lead early, and later on for Starkville, Tabria Gandy. Ball in the corner, hand down, man down, Center Hill. She's going to drain that every time from the corner. And then one more time, Starkville owning the boards in this one. Outlaw on the miss. But right there's Amaria Strong to clean up the mess. Starkville rolls 62-30. No problems against Center Hill. And then the boys' last game of the day in Starkville taking on Center Hill. Blake Rogers in command in this one. Drains the long 3 from the wing. Jackets leading in the first. Later on it'd be Jordan Temple. He's going to be at the top of the key here. He's going to drain. Man, hand down, man down, Center Hill. Come on now. We got to get some hand in the shooter's face. That's good. So Stark back-to-back threes for the Jackets, and still in the first. Temple drives inside. He's going to miss the layup, but Starkville must be a boys and girls kind of thing in Starkville today. Owning the offensive glass. That's Lance Trainer for the finish. Starkville blows past Center Hill 79-54. And also quick update, Tupelo defeats Olive Branch defeats Tupelo 67-53. We'll recap all these games coming up at 10, as well as an update from Jacksonville with Mississippi State. That'll be at 10 as well. That's us for sports. Last year forecast is next.
WCBI Bowl coverage of the MSU Bulldogs in Jacksonville, Florida is brought to you by OCH Regional Medical Center, Wheel Estate Mobile Homes, Evans Plumbing and AC, and Bill Cunningham, attorney at law.
Well, tomorrow going to be mostly cloudy. We will have the chance overnight for a little bit of wintry mix, but it all should melt on the ground as the ground's pretty warm still. But as we go into the next few days, we'll continue to be in the low 40s. But as we go into the new year, we will definitely get our first taste of Arctic chill.
That's going to be really cold.
Yes, most definitely.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. We'll see you back here at 9 and 10.